Look, it's a flood!
It's a flood!
It's flooding!
Get away!
Quick, we need to get to higher ground!
Open the floodgates!
You take a sound, any sound, record it, and then change its nature by a multiplicity of operations. You record it at different speeds, you play it backwards, you add it to itself over and over again. You adjust filters, echoes, acoustic qualities, you combine segments of magnetic tape. By these means and many others, you can create sounds which no one has ever heard before.
Balls through his fucking nostrils if I wanted to. What? That's why I loved Injustice, right? Because when, like, Superman snapped and ripped Joker's fucking heart out, it was like...
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's right. Bruce fucking Clark is mad OP, son.
Yeah, dude.
They
Superman's
had to
busted.
They had to nerf him in, like, the fucking 70s, because it was like, yo, they were literally just making up fucking power.
Yep.
For this man.
Absolutely.
Sneezing whole galaxies out of existence.
Yeah. Superman's ridiculous. And not necessarily in a good way.
But you're not sleeping. I can tell when you're doing that now.
What?
You totally have the fucking mic on.
Maybe.
It's been over a year, yo. I know. I know.
Oh, you're right. I have the part about you, like, ripping his balls out on audio.
My man was like, oh, let me,
I'm gonna hit this R button real quick.
Right.
That'll do, pig. That'll do. I mean, way to go, Hollywood. They got us to care about a fucking pig. That's impressive, yo. Like, they made us care about a pig, and we live in a country that's obsessed with bacon. Dang. No Cubs. I love that I have the Kendrick Damn album saved on my phone. Anytime I'm just gonna respond to something and I'm like, damn, I just send that album cover.
It is the perfect meme.
It really is. Like, it's a great album cover. It's also a great meme. Yeah, locking the front door at least makes it a little hard for Ted. Oh, I actually got a little sunburn on my shoulders.
For real?
Yeah, I went out with Periwinkle shooting. Basketball, not guns. And, I was wearing a thermal. I couldn't shoot in it because it was, like, super confining and shit. So I just took it off and I started shooting. And turns out I actually got sunburn, which I was blown away by. It's not bad sunburn, but it's like, oh, I'm red. It stings a little tiny bit. But hey, I was shooting better.
You like caramel?
Yes. What kind of question is that? We both were baristas. Of course we like caramel.
Apparently, there's no more fucking caramel.
God damn it. Dagger. Thank you. I appreciate the straw. Goddamn wizards.
So I think I saved us because I figured out I could plug my phone up into your computer.
Nice.
Still maintain the angle that I need. Alright. My good sir. Either open the shirt all the way or button the bottom button.
I haven't worn this jersey in forever. Like years.
Does it look
That's because I've hardly worn it. I mean, it's an 80s throwback.
Is it?
Yeah, it's an 80s throwback to,
You know what's gonna be extra funny?
What?
Is you have me on mic telling you to button your fucking shirt up, right? And it's not on camera. So, when we do the pod, they're gonna be like, yo, Doc is really demanding.
I might cut that out.
I do not, you do not dare. Do not dare cut that out. Oh, man. Good lord. What a week it has been. An exhausting week. I hope you guys are enjoying the video and the episodes. I know the video was like 2 weeks behind. Nobody promised that they were going to be sequential. So...
Not yet. We're only 2 people.
We're working on it. We're working on it. 2 people just rising up and crashing through. This is Doc
and Ziggy
with the Flood, and thank you guys for tuning in.
And thank you for keeping your death threats to 140 characters or less.
Another week, and we back at it. Whew. Checking in. How you living, Zig?
Ready to make the mainstream make sense.
Hey, you know what it is. The pop perspective, culture with context.
But, anyway, my week, overall, it's been fine. Stressful from school.
Yeah, you know.
That and my wedding paycheck is delayed 2 days.
Oh, it's never good when the bag is late. It's never
yeah,
good
so
when the bag
I'm just
is
sitting
late.
here like, oh, it's change drawers, looking like mining for my change drawer.
Yo, it's like
was like mining for Bitcoin. It's like, all right, all this shit. Oh, a dime.
yeah, nah, I've been there. You flipping over couch cushions and shit. Right?
Yup.
Hey, yeah.
Everybody's been there.
Hey guys, you know, there's a Patreon. It helps keep the show up, is all I'm saying. You know, you guys come here for the laughs, for the ha-has.
Shout out Falcon.
It helps sometimes, is all I'm saying.
It does.
Because sometimes it gets hard to make it the ha-has.
Well, we have a bunch of those today. You want to know why? Because today is like the junk food episode.
Yeah, we figured we'd give you guys a break, give ourselves a break, because, like I said...
And there's a lot of sloppy celebrity salacious gossip. Oh my god, there's so much.
Always a lot of sloppy celebrity gossip. And we tried to, you know, we tried not to delve too much into the salacious
But this is
shit.
like all what Twitter's been going on about.
And also, because y'all need a break too. Hearing us talk about heavy shit all the time gets heavy.
Yeah, like
I can tell y'all reading heavy shit all the time gets heavy. Having to look up the history of like police profiling and like how the like retention rate for, you know, prosecutions against police officers. And I mean, we're still probably going to talk about Israel and Palestine this week because
Trump said something and something or other, and I don't give a shit.
But, you know, I haven't been
That's
to the
all the
gym.
news updates on Trump.
I haven't
Want to
been
hear
the
about
gym
it
in a little
anymore.
bit. I haven't been to the gym in a little bit, so I felt like...
You're also living in a hotel.
And I'm living in a hotel that has a gym. Currently living in a hotel because plumbing issues here at Casa de Cannon.
Lots of junk food for y'all.
All right, where do you want to start, man? And let's start with this J. Cole album.
It's fire. It's straight fire.
Hey, yo, the album cover. Perfect premonition of what the album's supposed to... Not premonition.
Synopsis.
Yes, sure. We'll go with the synopsis of what this album was going to be, right? Cole shooting his shot. Straight fire buckets the whole time. I mean...
He is playing pro ball now.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Cole's playing pro ball now, so I mean, might as well go with the fire soundtrack, right? For,
Well, no, I mean, like, I was listening to the KD podcast.
What is it? Okay, so did we figure out which, like, African league he's playing for?
Well, I mean, like, they were playing against, like, the Algerian team.
So
Like,
it's a national African
yeah,
league.
like,
You
it's
didn't
a-
look into this. What I'm saying is, I really wish we would have looked more into that.
No, I mean, I was
Because-
listening to the interview. He's like, yeah, I got onto this team, like, we were scrimmaging against, like, the Algerian team. So I'm assuming he's playing against pretty legit competition if he's playing against national teams. In the interview, he said he's just like, look, I'm 33. I wanted to see if I could play play ball, so I just want to see if he can play ball.
It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, you know how many rappers say that shit though? Man, I was about to get drafted into the NBA and then I just got this record deal. Like,
there's only one that does both and does it well.
Master P?
Dame Lillard.
Oh.
Dame Lillard has got some sick raps.
I mean, I'm not gonna say Master P has sick raps, right? But Master P was the first rapper to actually break $1 million, like, net worth. Master P was also like one of the only rappers that I know of off the top of my head that did do some time in the NBA.
Damian Lillard can make a 3-pointer from Mars.
I don't know what Master P's stats are, so I can't sit up here and argue. I just know that when Louisiana needed some, you know, some sidemen, they called Master P in.
I mean, Dame's definitely not bad. For one of the All-Star games, they actually had him perform either before or at halftime.
What?
Yeah. He performed and then he played.
Okay, look. As someone who has benefited from
Quavo's really good too.
a family member, you know, getting them a performance at a I can't talk bad about that, but that's exactly what the fuck that feels like. It's all, come on, let little Damien do his thing at halftime. He worked so hard for the team. Let him do his. He been working real hard on his raps, y'all. Today we gonna let Lil Damien perform.
All right, clearly I need to play you. I need to play you some of Damian Lillard's shit.
Look, I'm sure I've heard some of Damian Lillard's shit and just didn't realize it was Damian.
Shaq and him were in a beef last year.
Oh man, he getting into it with Shaq.
Shaq released the diss track on Damian Lillard.
Look, can we take
Damian Lillard actually responded
that Shaq does seriously anymore? This man is a Florida police officer. Like,
he also gets like embarrassed every single night on Inside the NBA.
who embarrassed by who?
Everyone. Like Chuck will actually make like
See, that's
relevant.
what I thought you was gonna say.
Chuck would make a relevant point, and then Shaq would be like, "Well, you don't have no ring."
Every fucking time, son. It's great. And them niggas will literally get to... That's why they on opposite sides of the table. You know that. Because them niggas will literally fight. They fought before. And they will fight again. Just like Joe Budden and Rory. It's like, nah, them niggas ain't fought yet, though. Whew. Listen. Y'all wanted Messi, right? It's like, I don't know.
He said some hurtful things.
Hurtful or hurtful?
Hurtful.
Yo, like, and you knew them niggas was salty because after the whole podcast, they went off and they still said, like, a separate piece about, like, you know, they just, Maul wanted everybody to know it was about the money, right? Like,
Joe wouldn't tell him anything about the money.
and once again...
And Joe even was like, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you anything about this. Why do I owe you anything? This is the Joe Budden podcast.
Did Straight Outta Compton teach you niggas nothing? Like, always look at the fucking contract, bro. Always look at the goddamn contract. How hard is that?
Charlemagne 3 years ago told Rory and Mal, they were like, yeah, don't let Joe just take that name.
The name don't even matter, right? If the fucking, like, if the...
You already fucked the Spotify
The name
bag.
doesn't matter if the litigation is correct, right? Like, if the paperwork is 100, right? Your name could be all over the flood with Doc and Ziggy, right? Like, it could just be the flood with Ziggy. As long as my checks is fucking coming in, I don't give a fuck whose name is on the front of the building, bro. That's not what this shit is about. Like, I'm gonna keep it a band with y'all. I could drop my name from this shit right now as long as my fucking money is straight. Get the fuck out of here. It's dumb. It's dumb. In 2020, we still pulling them kind of moves. Like, niggas is really still not checking they fucking paperwork.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
The fuck kind of dumb shit is that?
I've come to talk with you again.
Niggas could pop and go viral in a second, and you still don't check your paperwork.
And I know.
Legal Zoom is like free for 30 days in the state of Maryland. Come on. It's not hard.
And I'm lonely. I don't know how to host alone.
I don't. Part of me, like, I guess I want to feel bad for them niggas, right? But I don't feel bad.
I thought you were about to say, like, I want to feel bad for you.
No.
But my checks are clear.
So how the fuck am I gonna feel bad?
That's what Floyd's thinking this whole time with Logan Paul. As long as that check clears.
Did you see? So it was Jake that got the tattoo, right? The got your hat tattoo. It's Jake that stole it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this nigga Jake Paul then went and got a got your hat tattoo because he stole the. Why do y'all fall for this shit? Please stop paying for this shit. Stop giving, like... Okay, it's shit like this that make me not want to get on Instagram, right? Because... I don't care. I really don't give a fuck that Jake Paul stole Floyd Mayweather's hat and then went and got a tattoo. Do you know how much money them niggas is gonna make off this dumb shit? And y'all just keep... And then everybody wanna complain, what the fuck is wrong with society nowadays? These are the people that y'all wanna make celebrities? Like... I know it's the junk food episode.
It's a junk food episode for sure.
That shit was so fucking stupid. It was so fucking childish. And that's just... It's his brand,
was bad
right?
childish.
But that's his brand, though. That's his, and it's clear, right, that is his brand. At
He
this
beat
point.
up Nate Robinson, who is tiny.
Yeah, he's a class fucking clown, yo, and he's the jock in the '80s movie, right? Like,
Oh wow, that's a good analogy.
it is. If y'all don't see, like, none of this shit is new, dog. None of this shit is new, son. He's just the modern day jock in the '80s movie. And he's waiting for Daniel's son to show up and wax that ass. What do you mean? It's Cobra Kai all fucking day long. Gang. Sips coffee. It's not tea. It was gonna be Henny, but I got a little too tipsy last night.
And I'm broke.
I was trying to spare you, son, but I guess this is the messy episode, right?
I mean, I already said it. The jump. I was like, my check's delayed.
So, J. Cole album,
Fire.
What was your favorite track off that joint so far?
Man, I was listening to it just straight through on repeat.
I mean, Applied
So
Pressure was heavy. Like, I mean, the whole joint. Hey, you said favorite track. I just played that whole thing like 18,000 times. What do you mean?
It was more like 8. But the thing is I just had it on a loop, so I didn't really pick up the name of the tracks as much as I was just like, all right, like I'll know the songs, but I don't know the tracks.
That's fair. You haven't gotten into
Like, it took me like
that.
4 years to actually learn the names of all of the Strokes songs. They were my favorite band for the whole time.
House shameful. Nah, like I said, Applied Pressure was a good one. That Cameron joint, that Cameron feature was crazy.
I did write some notes.
No, you didn't. Of course you did. What notes did you take down?
The first thing I wrote is, this is a Flex album.
Oh, obviously. He said that shit though, didn't he?
Yeah.
In the
The KD interview also.
The KD interview.
He was like, yeah, I felt like I forgot how to spit the bars, and everybody else was thinking I forgot how to spit the bars. I could tell the stories.
We know he knows how to fold laundry.
I will defend that song. That beat is amazing.
Look, I mean, the whole Revenge of the Dreamers series that they just dropped, like, I felt like that was a fair reminder to everybody that Cole doesn't play around when it comes to getting busy on the mic. But this whole album was, it was some serious, like, first of all, I feel like, hot take alert, I feel like this album was what Jay wanted to do with that trash ass verse he had on that Nas song with DJ Khaled, yo. I'm sorry, everybody's like, oh, Jay effortlessly walking on these beats out here, son. I'm like, okay, look. Jay always...
What was effortless was that freestyle.
Yeah, Jay always been crazy. Jay-Z always been crazy with the double entendres, right? But that shit he did on that Nas track was fucking lazy. Get out of here with that shit. What J. Cole did with this whole fucking album, though.
Fire! So, I did write some other things down.
Grown man bars. That's something you gotta deal with. That's a deep cut for all my battleheads out here.
This is a type of album
Uh-huh.
that he clearly carried a pad of paper and a pen with him everywhere he went.
Oh, yeah. No, this was definitely some, like... I almost feel like this was some locked in the studio shit. Like, this nigga Cole... Somebody said J. Cole rapping like the Renters do. That shit was real.
So I noticed there was actually a lot of guitar-centric...
that said that shit.
Guitar-centric beats, too, which was really cool to hear.
Oh, you thought... I didn't even pick that up. It was definitely... I feel like this was for the heads, right? Like, this was... I don't want to say it was a lot of backpack-style beats and shit on here, but I do feel like Cole came with fucking grown man and real rap shit. Like...
I got through, like, the 5th song, and I had a part from Mean Girls pop into my head.
You was listening to Cole and thinking about Mean Girl?
Yeah, it was like the 5th song, and I was like, the hook does not exist. The hook does not exist. There's no hooks.
I almost feel like that was apply pressure, yo. Cause that shit, that's when that nigga said some shit about like he tired of niggas trying to like, you know, just flex about all the fucking money they got. He was like, what did he say he wanted to hear? Niggas rapping about having to make, you know, bills and shit. Them hungry raps. That's what the fuck this was. Cole was hungry for no fucking reason. I don't know, maybe that nigga got taxes to pay, right?
When you gotta do it, you just do it. You act like you're gonna do it, but you don't do it. Do it! Just do it!
You know,
the way I did it. You gotta do it. Just do it!
You know who you shouldn't do it like? That nigga Lil Reese. It's a joke, but it's not a joke.
Go on.
Listen, you saw the video. When you living out here in them streets, sometimes shit get hectic. Ain't walking around with 9 lives. Apparently he's fine. You know, he just got grazed, is what I heard, what I saw. But what I saw was this nigga pinned to the wall behind a fucking, like, sidewalk railing thing. Like,
oh, yeah.
He had leaked it. Shit was tragic. Carjacking. Gone wrong. Hey, maybe don't. Maybe don't carjack. This is America.
This is America.
Like, everybody's strapped. And if you're not strapped, I don't know what you do. Me, I'm currently waiting on my stimulus check.
Waiting on my tax return.
But that don't mean you should try and run. My man said I'm waiting on my tax return. Oh shit.
I spilled it. I sent it in March, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look.
I know, like, it's so bad, I'm about to go to a fucking IRS office.
My nigga said, I'm going down there and I'm gonna turn into a Karen on you hoes if you don't give me my motherfucking money. Where's my money?
What's the point of this privilege if I don't abuse it?
Wow. And on that
powers of good! For the powers of good!
I think we're gonna take a break so somebody can check himself. Shout out to the gang.
How sloppy do you want to start?
First of all, pause. Second of all, that's what she said. Third of all,
Yep. Third of all, I'm waiting. You don't have anything, do you?
It depends on how long it's gonna take for this Viagra to kick in. I don't need
I quit.
Viagra. That was the best.
I'm
part
gonna
of
pull
the
a
show.
Rory and Mal.
As I said, the best part of that joke is me needing Viagra. You choose.
Okay, we'll start off a little light. So Ellen is done. Her show is done. She quits. She said it was no longer a challenge, and I guess that's because she can't abuse her employees.
Whew, yeah, I feel like that was a poor choice of wording. It's no longer a challenge. Well, you guys did it.
Bye, Ellen!
You finally stood up to me. I've done my job here. You all know how to be independent and strong. Now, thanks to me, Ellen, there's no longer a challenge.
It got this other clip trending again, and it was when she had Dakota Johnson on, and Dakota was like, yeah, I invited you to my birthday party. Ellen said, no, I didn't get the invitation. Dakota's like, no, I literally checked with your assistant. She said that you got it.
And
Ellen's like, oh, yeah, well, what was the birthday party like? Dakota goes, oh, yeah, you know, I had this comedian perform. She's like my favorite comedian. To Ellen.
wow, what a dig. What is a dig? Oh, man.
A roast for 500, Alex.
It's not Alex anymore.
A roast for 500, Aaron Rodgers.
No, it's LeVar Burton now.
Is it actually?
Yeah, they finally caved in. I don't know if he will be the permanent host, but like after their like stream of like guest hosts, you know, he was the final like guest host in the lineup. So
It's
finally
currently LeVar Burton.
yeah, they finally
It's
caved
not
up.
Joe Buck.
Not at the moment, I don't think.
Fuck Joe Buck.
Well, Jesus Christ.
Fuck Joe Buck. Fuck Wizards of the Coast. Fuck James Harden. Fuck Nazis. Fuck white supremacists. Fuck wet socks.
No? That's all you got? Alright.
I actually have a draft in my phone that I've been typing up. It's longer than that.
Yo, so, I mean, yeah, I think everybody, not everybody, but a decent amount of people are done with Ellen after this whole thing.
Yeah.
And we're done with Ellen before. I mean, she tried to take Oprah's crown, right? And she came pretty close, I would say.
The daytime TV crown.
Yeah, I mean, because it's between what? I don't watch a whole lot of daytime TV except for when you're in like waiting rooms. And how long has it been since you had to sit in a waiting room for anything? It's like her, Wendy Williams, Dr. Phil.
Drew Barrymore.
What? Oh, that's right. Yeah, Drew Barrymore does have a daytime talk show. Holy shit. Daytime talk shows. If people aren't going to doctor's offices anymore, are they still a thing? I mean, I guess stay-at-home moms are, and I guess because of coronavirus, right? Now that people are going back outside, how much longer do you think daytime talk shows have?
They somehow find a way to still, like, they'll get that clip every now and then that just keeps them afloat. Like,
I mean, if it isn't for middle-class moms across the country.
Whoopi's still on The View.
Yeah, I mean, The View is still a thing. The Talk is a thing. These are daytime running talk shows. Fucking, you know Fox News has a late night comedy talk show now?
What?
Yeah. Yeah, it's called Gutfeld. I don't know who the comedian is or where they pulled him out of. But yeah, you know, the right wing is working on their comedy chops because they're tired of getting dragged out here in these streets by you fucking liberals.
I don't know.
And your ha-has.
I feel like I'm gonna watch it, and I'm either going to laugh a lot or not laugh at all.
It's cringe-worthy humor. I'm not gonna say Gutfeld isn't an okay comedian. I mean, he's like Tim Allen funny.
Oh.
You know? You and your dad could sit and watch him together, probably. And chuckle a little bit.
Oh. I miss when the conservative voice was Stephen Colbert.
I caught an opener for the show last night, right? And it was Rachel Maddow's dumbass. First of all, I'd like to tell any conservative that is listening, if you guys are listening, we do not support Rachel Maddow. And when I say we, I mean the youth culture. That's like a Gen X thing. We don't bang with her, yo. Because her dumbass was on there talking about now that the CDC says masks are, you don't have to wear masks when you're vaccinated. She was like, I'm going to have to train myself not to look at someone who's not wearing a mask like they're the enemy. And Gutfeld was like, or you could be a normal person. And I was like, ha. Yeah. Like, okay, it's funny because Rachel Maddow is fucking whack anyway, right? Like, ooh, way to punch down. Like, I don't think they get that yet. Like, they really don't understand how millennials and Gen Z really see politics.
Yeah.
They still think it's like, I don't know, they're playing by their rules.
It's a joke.
But
it's a joke and we all see how the system is flawed.
Exactly. So,
see, we paid attention in our government classes.
The dig.
We also went to a Blue Ribbon High School.
I don't know. I'm just tired of these snowflake. Like, I saw a post the other day that was like, "You're still saying snowflake in 2021?" Like, yeah, exactly. Like, come on, this.
Well, I mean,
so
all right.
tired.
So no, like one of the craziest things I saw on Twitter, and I sent you it. It was somebody tweeting. It was a Magic person. We're gonna get into that.
Like Magic the Gathering.
Magic the Gathering person.
Magic, like. For
I'm a wizard.
Right.
The term is planeswalker, actually. Don't judge me. So, it was one of the prominent women players, and she was saying something about wizards destroying organized play.
Something about the way you said that sounded very cis male. Continue. I'm sorry.
Give me a second.
It's just a fair observation.
One of the prominent female players.
I don't know if it's right. We'll just have to wait till the episode goes up. Anyway. Continue.
One of the prominent female players on the respected grinder circuit, or whatever the fuck that they have going on now.
I don't think you can be female on Grindr.
I mean, like, grinding tournaments, asshole.
Well, you definitely grind asshole on Grindr.
God damn, it's the junk food episode.
Yes. I'm on fucking fire.
Anyway. So.
Anyway.
The person tweets back, and it's the gif from Dodgeball, where it's a bold strategy, Cotton, let's see how it works out for him. And he captions it with, "Sorry, I have your pronouns wrong in the gif." And I'm like,
oh, this shit.
Are you serious?
Damn, you really found a way to drop this shit into the episode. Okay, look, I told you, I feel like this is, it only feels extreme because it's Twitter, right? Is harmless cringe a thing? Like, is there r/harmless cringe?
I don't know, we can look that up.
Unintentionally cringeworthy? Like, because I feel like that person...
It was definitely a cringe moment.
But they meant well, right? Like, and to us it's cringe, but as I said to you in our discussion, I was like, for somebody who may have been in that spectrum, that could have meant the world, right? Like, oh, they really considered my, pronouns when thinking of me in this GIF. And
I would have preferred if they just not mentioned it at all.
But you're
if
also
it was...
not. But you're also not trans, though, right? Like, and I'm trying to, me personally. Like I said, I personally feel like, and this is just me keeping it a band with y'all. Like, I'm with you. Like, I felt like that's a little bit extreme, right? But a trans person may have appreciated that acknowledgement. Is all I was saying.
I would think that I can't speak on their behalf,
right?
So.
We can, but
like, I just want to be treated like a person.
I'm sure there
and
is.
just not have anything like.
Yes.
That be.
I feel like, okay, damn it. See, this is supposed to be the junk food episode, yet here we are. Because, no, I do feel like this is a discussion that, and I don't know, as two cis gender
Ben
males.
Affleck slid those DMs!
As two cisgender males, I do feel like, it's a little bit beyond us to really be the arbiters of this discussion, but there is something to be said about representation, one, inclusion instead of exclusion, but there is a subsection of people who do feel like equality is just being recognized as the norm and not being singled out as something special or the other, right? Like, at the end of the day, what the civil rights movement sought to accomplish was an equal set of laws and litigations for everybody on the playing field. What socialists want to accomplish is an equal set of capital for everybody on the playing field. You know what I mean?
I mean, if somebody posted a GIF response to me, I wouldn't even think about it.
Right, but you're also coming from a place of privilege when you say things like that. And so am I, because I believe we had this discussion on here as a black man.
Yeah, I think so.
In the, minority category, there was that argument made by another black man who I'm not sure what they identify as.
Shrinking majority.
That black men are given a set of privilege in the minority as the minority, if I said that correctly. But yeah, I don't know. It did feel extreme, though. Those are the things I think we're going to see more of as we continue to make the playing field level for everybody. It's kind of like that argument when people are like, I just don't want to see, I feel like all of a sudden I'm seeing way more men kissing men on TV than and it's like, well, duh. It's not like this shit didn't fucking exist before. It's just, now it's not taboo to see on TV. I mean, remember, there was a time in this fucking country where you couldn't see a husband and wife sleeping in the same bed together on TV.
Truth.
Our favorite couple who didn't sleep.
Ricky Ricardo and Lucille Ball.
The first couple to sleep in bed together on TV were the fucking Flintstones. Like, let that sink in.
Use that picture.
Their version of Family Guy.
Ben Affleck slid in those DMs.
Back to the junk food.
This is where it gets real sloppy, everybody. Okay, so you heard that A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez, the former third baseman for the New York Yankees, was dating J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez.
They were like whole ass engaged, though.
Yeah, they were like engaged, a super public couple.
Somebody said J-Lo done collected more rings than Thanos show, and I mean, I know that joke is tired now, but
J-Lo has more rings than A-Rod.
The messy episode. I don't even have any more coffee. Good God. Woo. Anyway, so Ben didnent wait to slide into.
Well, no. Let me get to the falling out.
Okay.
So, A-Rod went out public and was like, I want to do anything to make this work. And there was a video of like J-Lo's daughter crying, and then there was like a picture in the New York Post. So we can all make the assumption, the educated guess, that A-Rod was messing around on J-Lo.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Doesn't stop there. So, about a week after this all on the rocks thing, J-Lo was spotted in Montana with Ben Affleck.
In Montana? Oh no. You flew her out to the mountains. Oh no.
Within a week. And it was an email, not a DM. Ben's classy.
An email? That's classy. That's classy. Ladies, is that classy? If I email you, instead of sending you a you up text, if I send you a what are you doing upon this hour email,
Doth thou be awaketh?
I saw, okay, so you know I be on Tumblr. I keep seeing a call for love letters on Tumblr. Like, real romantic bitches is trying to, and when I say bitches, I mean that with the utmost respect, ladies. They want love letters back. Like, handwritten, stamped and mailed love letters. Do y'all want that for real? Is that a thing that y'all miss? Like, do we gotta bring the love letters back? Is that
I'm a hell of a writer.
Is that simping?
If that would work.
Is that simping? Is writing the lady of your dreams a love letter simping?
I mean, if you're dating, no. Not
Look.
really. I mean, like, what exactly is simping?
Does
Like, I know what it is, but what is it really?
For those of y'all just listening, I had the most disapproving look on my face just now.
Like, was Russell Wilson sipping over Ciara, or was he just loving his wife?
Ciara. The pronunciation. Yo, no, okay, so that's just love. Okay, so me personally, right? Like, simping is over dramatic affection for someone who is not reciprocating, right? Like,
Yeah.
if you are overly indulgent in expressing,
Pepe Le Pew.
yeah, like Captain Simp, like, you know, paying for, and I'm not saying that paying for your lady is simping, my niggas. Like, you know, if that's the kind of relationship y'all have, and look, you know, it's 2021, let's keep it a band. Not everybody's relationship is the same anymore. That's another thing y'all need to, like I said, if she's not reciprocating, if he's not reciprocating, because simping goes both ways, ladies. If they're not reciprocating, then stop giving the energy. It's 2021. Cut that shit off. Cut it off. Don't be toxic out here. Yeah, no, I mean...
When I think of toxic, I think of double poison from Pokemon. Sometimes I really just say some shit just to see how much I could just, like, completely speed bump you.
Yo, I mean, like, if you wanted to throw me off the rails, Ben flew J-Lo out to Montana, and our boy...
A-Rod.
is out here...
Now, A-Rod's got a famous list himself. Like, he used to date Madonna.
Yeah, okay, so it's not like we should feel too bad for A-Rod. I'm sure he'll rebound real quick.
It's amazing. He went from the most hated baseball player on the planet to, like, the most beloved commentator.
Yeah, it's a shame, yo.
By the way, all you
hate to
Zoomers,
see it.
J-Lo and Ben Affleck were married and divorced, like, in 2006.
Jesus. God, it's been that long.
They were, like, the first... Well, like, Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston. Yeah, they were married, too.
I keep hearing rumors about them, too. But you always hear rumors about them, too, linking up to see each other again after a long time.
Brad could probably use someone in his life. I've heard it's not doing too hot for Brad right now.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Well, I mean, like, after he got divorced from Angelina... He went on, like, a huge drinking bender.
I feel like that was part of the reason why they got divorced, right? you know, because Angelina didn't like him smoking pot either. Smoking pot, he says like a fucking dad. But apparently, you know, Ben, he never really gave it up. Or Brad, I said Ben. Apparently Brad never really gave it up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was one of them things where I feel like being with Angelina Jolie, no disrespect to Angelina Jolie, because ladies, you are allowed to ask for, damn it, okay, this is gonna be...
And I'm the cis male.
No, because I'm trying to think of the right way to say this, right? Like, you're allowed to ask your price, is what I wanted to say, but I was trying to find a way to make it sound a bit more classy. Like, you set your standards where you want to set your standards. Something I'm saying.
Don't undersell yourself.
Bingo. And, you know, I just feel like being with Angelina Jolie is probably a very high demanding...
Not to mention they have like 8 kids.
Yeah, that aren't even really his. That's not...
It's not, a lot of them aren't even hers either. I think they have.
Exactly.
I think the daughter is named Shiloh.
Yo, and I mean, you know, I'm sure, and that's not to say that you can't really be invested in adopted kids. I know tons of kids who were, that sounds fucked up too. I have friends who live in adopted households, right? And, you know, and their parents love them genuinely. It takes a lot to raise a child that is not your own. My grandmother used to sponsor kids all the time after my mom and my aunt moved out. So it's not easy, is all I'm saying. And Angelina Jolie seems complicated, is all I'm saying.
I mean, she's also not hugely politically active.
Yeah, I mean, so is he, though. I mean, like...
They're doing their best to save the world.
Yeah, I don't know if adopting the Rainbow Coalition...
They drafted a baseball team, dude.
Don't. These are all tired jokes from fucking, like, 2003. Stop it. Oh, man. You know what else is something tired from 2003? Lil Bow Wow versus Lil Romeo. You know, apparently they got into a heated, I don't know if it was that heated, but they got into a Twitter exchange because, you know, the Instagram versus battles are still a thing.
Can they do camera angles to make them look shorter?
Shut the fuck. You know, Lil Romeo is another one who had a potential basketball career, right? And, I mean, of course, Bow Wow, Shad, Moss. You know, he did the whole, like, Mike, what you said you saw.
I know.
2 times in theaters.
Yep. Look, those are 2 of my guilty shows that I've watched. I saw like Mike twice in theaters and Desperate Housewives 2 times all the way through.
Okay, damn.
It's a really good show.
I'm just like...
It's a really good show.
It wasn't bad. I'm just like, who the fuck is checking for...
It's a satire, everybody. It's commentary on suburban America, always wrapped in with the crazy murder mystery, which is actually commentary on the veneer and the masks, metaphorically speaking, everybody, I know we can take them off now, of the falsehoods that people present themselves in modern.
We didn't even talk about that. Yeah, the CDC says you can take your mask off, but I mean, I guess everybody's already talked about it, right? I also felt like it was just an update.
Most people are still wearing them.
Like an old housewife melodrama, you know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of, like, radio shows and shit that they used to do. Anyway.
But people always died in Desperate Housewives. Lots of people fucking died.
Yeah, soap opera shit. Just like fucking Lil Romeo versus Shad Moss. If they do an Instagram, I feel like he can't be Shad Moss. He has to at least be Bow Wow or Lil Bow Wow, right? Also, who the fuck is checking for Shad Moss versus Lil Romeo?
Oh, yo, it's me, the guy who asked.
What is this?
But why? Hey, who man is this?
Why? Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
Who man is this?
You serious?
Like, other than, I don't know, girls who were preteens during the mid-early aughts. Like, I went to look up, like, hits.
Which one of them was in Soul Plane?
Fucking, I feel like
I think it was Bow Wow.
I think it was Lil Romeo. See, I don't know. Like, I went and I looked up their, like, top songs, because I'm like, shit, I can't even think of a Lil Romeo song off the top of my head, right? Other than fucking the basketball joint, which he did for, like, my... And, you know, he had a couple of joints with Omarion and shit, Shorty Like Mine, Jumpin' with Destiny's Child, like that shit, you know. Okay, so Bow Wow got a couple of joints that he
technically has a track with Beyonce.
Yeah, no, he does. So, I mean, that's why I said, like, Bow Wow got a couple of hits that I could at least remember.
Who's the third member of Destiny's Child? And you know who I mean third member.
So it's Kelly, Michelle, and Beyonce, right? And then there was a fourth member, who I cannot, LaToya Luckett, I think, was the fourth member, but that was like way in the very beginning. Somebody might be screaming at their, like, speakers right now because I said LaToya Luckett.
I always do Beyonce and Kelly.
I'm almost certain it's because.
Can you name all 5 Spice Girls?
Sporty, Baby, Ginger. Sporty, Baby, Ginger, Spooky.
Nope.
No, Scary, not Spooky. Fuck. And Posh.
Boom!
Give me my check.
Posh is married to who?
Beckham?
David Beckham.
Yes. Look at that. Pop perspective, culture with fucking context.
Now.
Try me again. Ooh, we gonna put me on Jeopardy?
No, we're gonna do 6 degrees.
Okay.
All right. So
damn it.
All right. So, Posh Spice to Anderson Cooper.
What the fuck? Can you do that?
Okay, give me a second. So Posh Spice is married to David Beckham. David Beckham played...
Go ahead.
With Landon Donovan. Who was in an episode of The Jersey.
You were really digging. Come on. Nah, I'm waiting.
An episode of The Jersey.
This might not make it to the video, but this is gonna be good. Come on. This is
Okay.
good audio right here.
Landon Donovan.
Good
episode of The
audio
Jersey.
content.
I'm close. I just need
See, look, to tie it all back in, I shouldn't even said nothing, right? I'm just gonna do it. You having just a hard
Nomar
time.
Garcia Parra was on an episode of The Jersey, who played for the Boston Red Sox, who is owned by LeBron James.
Is full owner?
No, but he's a part owner.
Okay. Of course. Look, mama nigga, you had it.
Who had a school,
Go ahead.
interviewed on CNN
Go ahead.
with Anderson Cooper. Boom!
You had just a hard time doing that as I did trying to think of what fucking songs Lil Romeo and Lil Bow Wow was gonna play for this versus track. Because I went through Lil Romeo's top hits, and guess what? I couldn't find not a one that I could remember off the top of my motherfucking head.
Nope.
Who the fuck asked for this? Just like, who the fuck asked for a Fat Joe and DJ Khaled OnlyFans?
Yo, it's me! It's me, the guy who asked!
What is this? But why?
Hey, who man's is this?
Why? Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
Who man's is this? You serious?
This nigga, that's right, you heard me correct. Fat Joe and DJ motherfucking who? Khaled!
DJ Khaled!
Is looking to be the best OnlyFans
All
that
he
you guys
do is
could,
win.
could subscribe to. Yes.
So, this OnlyFans, it sounds like a cult.
Everything that DJ Khaled does
It sounds like a cult.
feels very cultish, right? And y'all gotta remember that DJ Khaled and Fat Joe go like way back, like to the fucking beginning of the Terror Squad days, right? Like he was their DJ. But go ahead.
So, they're going to be giving on OnlyFans motivational and inspirational speeches
See,
guiding fans to the lights. This totally sounds like a cult.
what kind of Tony Robbins bullshit? Just feel like that dude. Oh God, what is that dude name on YouTube? Like, hey, you see what's behind me? That's my new Lamborghini. But you know what I value even more than that? all these books that I have. What does that do? God damn it. Anyway, yeah, it feels like that, right? Like, what the fuck? So you expect me to, once I'm done beating my dick, to Val Steele or fucking, I don't know, who's the bitch that was selling her bath water? The little teeny bopper bitch. God, anyway, once I'm done, post-nut clarity, you want me to hop over onto the DJ Khaled and Fat Joe to get my inspirational daily take.
It's like as Hank Moody said in Californication, you get your 7 minutes of clarity. So DJ Khaled is just hoping you use your 7 minutes of clarity so he can tell you to join his cult. You thought I was going to say make your life better. No, but he's totally just recruiting you for a cult.
Nigga, the fuck kind of wild shit. So I'm supposed to, get to stroking the Miss B Nasty and then holler over to here. Look, first it was the B, then I got the other B, and don't forget about the other B. Like, no. The fuck? Nope. Next. This nigga Fat Joe had the nerve to call DJ Khaled the Quincy Jones of the modern hip-hop generation,
and
right?
You looked at me when you read this, and you were like, damn it, he's not wrong.
Yo, and it wasn't on his OnlyFans either. It was on Drink Champs. like,
I'm wondering,
he's not, okay, alright, look. So what the nigga said was, DJ Khaled was able to get Nas and Jay-Z on a song together. Do you know how many, DJs have tried that? Right? Do you know how many other producers have tried to get Nas and Jay-Z on a song together? It ain't easy to put Justin Bieber and Quavo and DaBaby on a track together. You know what I mean? So he's not wrong. And look,
it makes you angry.
DJ Khaled has consistently been a figurehead every summer for the last
decade.
Yeah. 2 decades, honestly. Going back to fucking Lil Wayne days. When Lil Wayne first started popping off. Damn, I'm trying to think of what that fucking track was, yo.
Was it on Carter 2?
No.
Or Carter 3?
Oh my god. Ever since We Taken Over, right? And this joint came out 2007.
Wow. So
ever since
over?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Ever since then, Khaled wasn't fucking playing with these hoes, right? I'm sorry. As ridiculous as the idea of DJ Khaled and a Fat Joe OnlyFans sounds, this nigga dropped We Taking Over and literally he meant that shit.
Alright, on a scale from 1 to KF console, how weird is this?
The OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Oh, this is a full KF console. I don't know who the fuck asked for that. But what is not wrong is Khaled may be Quincy Jones status at this point. So the idea that this nigga could drop an OnlyFans...
It's just so hard to take him seriously.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's kind of hard to take Quincy Jones serious. Right? Quincy be out there saying some wild shit, right? The only way this OnlyFans could be weirder and more legitimate at the same time is if it was Fat Joe, DJ Khaled, and Quincy Jones. And then
doing motivational workout speeches in a gym. Just to get the full effect of OnlyFans.
So what you want is the 80s.
Oh, I don't want this.
20.
I didn't ask for this.
Yeah, but you know what I do kind of want to see? Jake Paul versus Tekashi 6ix9ine. So it's not really a thing, but there, the video was trending of Jake Paul trolling Tekashi 6ix9ine, where I guess Tekashi called him out, right? Supposedly, allegedly, that's what happened. Is Tekashi called out Jake Paul and said, "Let's do the damn thing, set it up." Jake Paul was sitting there. It was probably the only funny thing I've ever seen Jake Paul actually do. Was put that fucking glove. It was like, get the rat traps. Get the rat. Look, set it up. Come on, 50. Where you at? Where the money?
I mean, so
I'm waiting to see it. I want it to happen.
All right, so what did you say that Jake was before?
The 80s high school bully. I mean, but...
Is that a decree?
That is totally a hood pope decree, right? Jake Paul is totally hood pope decrees it. Jake Paul is just fucking a Cobra Kai member in disguise.
Look, you, the plane you flew in on, them shoes, your socks with the bell on it, your gay ass accent, them cheap ass cigars, your yuck mouth teeth, your hairpiece, your chocolate, Guy Ritchie, Prince William, the Queen. This is America. Now get the out of my hotel room.
Hood, Oh, yo, Cobra.
Takashi, are you gonna fight Jake Paul?
I feel like they're both Cobra, yo.
I don't think I will.
I feel like they're both Cobra, right? Because Takashi is definitely an op. The nigga's an operative all day long. What do you mean? This nigga snitched and back out here on these streets. And I'm sure he'll be like, where's the paperwork? Show me the paperwork. I don't give a fuck. Nigga, we on...
Joe Budden's not gonna show you anyway.
Yo. So, I'd rather see that than Palestine versus Israel.
Oh, I was gonna keep going sloppy.
I feel like that was sloppy. Like I said, we don't need to talk about that. That shit is just
You know, it's really weird when one of your favorite, like,
bro.
super wholesome comedians goes into rehab, then gets out, divorces his wife 3 days later, and then 2 days after that is gonna be dating Olivia Munn.
So
we are gonna have no Olivia Munn slander. Right there. It's just poor timing. It's bad optics.
Look, so
it was an emotional roller coaster on Twitter that morning.
It's the same thing with the Ben Affleck and J-Lo thing, right? Like, I feel like this is something that, like, we're not seeing the full picture here. Like, I feel like...
I mean, especially since John Mulaney's whole thing was, like, how much he loves his wife.
Yeah, so for the transition to be this quick makes me feel like part of the reason why John fell back off the wagon is because him and his wife's name, Anne?
I think so.
Yeah, because him and Anne were on the rocks, right? So John went and did what John does when things get tough. And addiction sucks, yo. It sucks having those crutches, those kinds of things. But it's clear now that, you know, he's back out. So hopefully he's doing okay. And I'm not gonna comment. We're
not gonna make any assumptions.
Those kinds of transitions.
We're just gonna say that it's bad optics.
Typically when something looks like it happens that quick, it was going on for longer than what we see. You know what I mean?
They probably went out to Montana too.
Look, it's get your back blown out on a balcony summer kind of energy. You know what I mean?
Like 2 little cabins on the side of a lake.
Look, don't get your girl
Hunting
flown
buffalo.
out. Chet's out here creeping, yo. Don't get your girl flown out. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying.
Elon Musk destroys Bitcoin with 1 tweet.
You gonna have to lead him on that, cause I destroys Bitcoin.
Yeah, so he posted a tweet saying that Tesla is not going to accept Bitcoin anymore, and you could look at the chart as soon as the tweet hit.
So what Elon wants is what you're telling me is what Elon wants is a jail cell next to Martin Shkreli, right? How many times is Elon gonna have to get in trouble for manipulating the market before he's
manipulating the deregulated market, which is hard.
Which is what I was gonna say after that, right? Because like I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, I'm sure Bitcoin supporters and crypto supporters are like, the market's not regulated. He can't get in trouble for manipulation here, but it's clearly manipulation, right? Like he's using. This is such heavy leverage that like there would be no question that this nigga would go to jail if he did some shit like this on the regular market.
Oh yeah,
right? Because he's saying Tesla will not accept. That would be like him saying, I'm just not gonna, you can't buy Teslas with the American dollar anymore, right? Like, I'll only accept the UN. I'll only accept rubles for Tesla. Like, what?
Go cut some bushes down, get some rupees, bring it back here.
For all you Elon supporters out there, if you do not see the maniacalness in this, I just beg you to go back and watch, I don't know, random episode featuring Lex Luthor.
You ever wonder why monsters in video games carry money?
Why they drop loot?
Yeah. No. I mean, like, specifically money. Like, you'll fight, like, some dog hyena thing, and it'll be like, you've gotten some gold!
I always like
What the fuck does that... What the fuck do they need the gold for?
I like to imagine...
Do they also live under the capitalist system of oppression?
No, I like to imagine they ate a person, and, you know, they just went ham and swallowed the whole
Does that mean that when we are looting someone, we're sifting through their shit?
Or their intestinal trails? I mean, you fight these things with, like, swords and shit.
Where do they keep it?
In their gullet.
Weird.
Kind of random shit. Speaking of random, Donald Glover reactivated his Twitter just recently to drop a hot take.
He's on fire!
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm tickled because why? Donald, why? Okay, so the discussion he claims he witnessed was people were saying that they were getting tired of reviewing TV and movies because everything is boring now, right? Supposedly. Allegedly. And Donald claims that
Castlevania Season 4 is not boring.
Everything is boring right now because people are afraid to experiment. They're afraid to try something new and risque because they might get canceled. And then he did drop in parentheses, or they're just not good enough. Right? Right? I like, you know, nice little tag in there, or tag along there to clean that whole situation up. Because me personally, I don't, whereas, what did I tell you? I don't feel like he's wrong. He's not all the way wrong. To me, this felt like getting the right answer, but solving the equation the wrong way. Right? Like, he's not wrong that people are afraid to experiment, right? But I don't think it's because they're afraid to get canceled, right? I think it's because it's hard for new experimental ideas to get funded, right? Because corporations are playing it safe. Warner Brothers is playing it safe, you know, random big production company is playing it safe. Because people don't go out to see new and original content. It's not because people are afraid to get fucking canceled. It's because you guys don't support new and original fucking content. When something comes out that's unfamiliar, we don't go to the fucking theaters to see it. But as soon as Fast 18 comes out, or as soon as Transformers 2000 comes out,
Thank you for not
motherfuckers
saying a Marvel movie.
run to the motherfucking theaters in the droves, yo. Like, it's ridiculous. And blaming it on cancel culture feels lazy. Donald, like, stop it. It's because you're not, and I'll even go with you're not good enough, right? Because the whole idea that people are afraid to try something new and experimental at the risk of being offensive, right, is saying that you view experimental as offensive. Sure, it's gonna offend somebody, but if you feel like you have something to really say, then fucking say it. Does it matter what other people are gonna think? If you fucking feel like what you're saying is important. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Like, it's just lazy to blame the shit on fucking cancel culture. Like, if you really feel like you've got this grand artistic fucking vision, then jump out there, Picasso. What the fuck, Donald? You released that trash ass album that was like, I don't know, your take on Untitled and Unmastered. Like, I'm sorry, this shit wasn't good. There were a couple of good songs on there, but yeah, you really could have left that shit in the fucking track list, or like on the fucking, you could have left that shit on the desktop, bro. That shit didn't need to. Some people may just feel like I'm taking a dig, but you go back and listen to it. I don't even remember what the title was. Every track was just like a bunch of random numbers and shit. Like, I think it was the timestamp for most of the songs in the playlist. And that shit was experimental and brave of you, my nigga. Like, but
You're not Tool.
to sit here and say, like, that people don't support experimental is to say that Tool didn't reach fucking #1 on the Billboard charts and beat
When
out
Tool's new album was announced, 18 songs on the top 50 were Tool. They're old shit.
I think it's just, once again, I blame it on funding, right? Because it does take a lot to be independent nowadays. It takes a whole lot of capital. That's the main gate right there, is do you have the capital? I was watching Young Dolph talk about what it takes to be an independent artist nowadays, and this nigga said it takes around $250,000 to make a single pop. It's $250,000, to go pop with a single. Dog, that's a lot of capital you gotta fucking come to the table with. I know a distribution deal, you need to come to the table with at least $22,000, and that was, I don't know, that was back when I heard that shit. You know how inflation goes up, like, so
Bitcoin. Dogecoin.
Yo, it's a tired fucking take.
Shiba Inu token.
It's a tired take, yo. Stop blaming everything on cancel culture, guys. It makes y'all look weak.
And COVID. Fuck you, Wizards of the Coast.
Oh, buddy. Alright, let's take a break, and then we're gonna break Zig.
Like, I'm fine with all of the things that Wizard experiments with basic lands. But dude, those fucking full art lands are hideous.
It's okay, but it was just like full text.
Yeah. Full text.
Like, the whole, okay, as a person who doesn't play,
You would read the card and be more confused than if I explained it to you.
but what was always intriguing to me was the art on the thing. That's like the drawing.
Yep. Yep. That's one of the major draws. You know what else is another one of the major draws to Magic? Competitive play. Okay, fuck Wizards of the Coast.
Fuck Wizards of the Coast. Fuck Magic the Gathering. Fuck tabletop tournaments. No, don't fuck tabletop tournaments. Go all king.
Fuck Wizards of the Coast. I've been playing competitive... Take a guess at when I started playing competitive card games.
As soon as you could fucking walk, my G.
Okay, that's a little...
Alright.
I was 12. I went to my first regional tournament when I was 12, playing Yu-Gi-Oh!
Damn.
I've been playing competitive card games for 16 years.
Sheesh.
I've been playing Magic specifically for 10.
Put that time in. You niggas know what it is to put that time in? We's literally out here grinding on these tabletops, son.
Played
Like,
hundreds of tournaments.
hundreds. I've been in places playing tournaments that your mother would never let you go.
Like New Jersey.
Dark shit. You ever been down to your last 7 cards and played all your hot tricks and then had to come back from a high slip? You niggas don't know what it's like to be sweating, trying not to let that shit drip on the fucking cardboard, cause you niggas don't know what this paper economy is like.
That's why we use sleeves.
Preach.
You're really hype.
You niggas ain't
You like my
sleep,
Flavor Flav right now.
Niggas that don't ever compare me to Flavor Flav, yo. Don't you ever compare me to that. Look, alright. Public Enemy is legendary, right? But don't you ever compare me, and no disrespect to you, Flav, but that crusty, black, burnt, cockroach-looking ass motherfucker, yo. Don't you dare.
You are my hype man right now.
This nigga showed up to a fucking Trump rally.
You are my
Don't.
DJ Jazzy Jeff.
I'll take that. jazz record clean as far as I know.
Fuck Wizards of the Coast.
Fuck.
So, I've been playing card games since I was 12.
12. Not me 12, but 12 years old.
Really
level 12.
So, the feeling of competition when playing in a card game for me is intoxicating.
I'm talking like Molly, right? Just running through the system, your veins pumping.
And you would think it's like energizing, but it's a lot more like holding 2 books outstretched by your arms.
This nigga said it's like out of body experience. That
and it's just, you feel
shit.
this constant tension. It makes you have all of the gears in your head. They have to work perfectly.
It turns your brain into a fucking kaleidoscope, nigga. You see the world in ways you've never seen it before when you looking down another nigga's deck. No homo.
God damn it.
Go ahead. Go off, King.
So, Magic is the most complicated game that mankind has ever conceived.
Literal, like, 5D chess. You niggas ain't even, like, 25D.
Rudy Giuliani can't even play this shit.
I would pay money to watch Rudy Giuliani battle Tekashi 6ix9ine in a tabletop Magic the Gathering game. Anyway, go off, King.
So, playing in Magic tournaments is one of my favorite things ever. I expect to win.
Ooh, look, I don't come to play, I come to win. Mayweather talking.
I expect to win when I play.
You are talking to the Floyd Mayweather of Magic the Gathering. Bro.
I used to be really good, but now I'm kind of washed, but I still think I'm really good, so I'm more like Carmelo Anthony.
Ooh, Hoodie Mellow. It's hoodie season. It's not hoodie season, it's white boy summer. But go off, King.
I love Magic tournaments.
Right.
And Wizards of the Coast took them away.
On some
fucking
Snape shit.
They had a wonderful system in place where you would go to a Pro Tour qualifier. If you won that, you would go to the Pro Tour.
Right.
And, Pro Tour qualifiers would be like 300 people. And then a Pro Tour would have like, I think, 1,000. And all of those players won a Pro Tour qualifier, which is multiple hundreds of people.
Sheesh.
It was a very simple, straightforward system.
Right.
And then Wizards of the Coast was like, nah, fuck that. Ooh. Let's capitalize on this whole esports game. We're gonna take the best 32 players in the world and fuck everybody else for trying to actually have a Magic Pro aspirations. And a couple of days ago, they even pulled the plug on that.
On the esports league?
There is no sanctioned, constructed Magic tournaments.
Damn, yo.
None.
Damn, yo. Even with, rise in interest in tabletop games like Dungeons and Dragons and Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon again, like...
Because Wizards is a money machine.
Which is... Okay,
they're a money machine.
Yeah.
And fuck them. But they know that Commander and Casual is the main market, so they're making more ridiculous cards. They're doing all of these weird crossovers.
Okay, so explain what Commander and Casual is for our casual listener.
So Commander is you pick like your favorite legendary creature and then you build a deck around that creature. You can use one copy of any card.
Okay.
So in theory it's a lot cheaper because you only need one copy of any given card.
Okay.
There is no tournament for Commander. It's not a tournament sanctioned format. It's a completely broken format. Like everybody knows how to win on turn one, but there's like a gentleman's agreement of like what power level your deck is at and what kind of game you're trying to have.
So it's like baseball if everybody was allowed to do steroids.
Yeah, but it's like if all the players knew who was on steroids.
Okay.
And
So
it's like, okay,
so it's like
we
baseball.
don't want to play with the guys that are on steroids.
So it's like regular
and the
steroid
baseball. People are like, okay, we'll go play together because we want to hit 500-foot home runs.
That part hasn't happened yet. I'm still waiting for that part to happen. Like all the baseball players who want to take steroids to just start their own league up. Like, anyway, go off, King.
Just selling to the casual market and the commander market because they know that, oh, you only need one card, everybody will buy this up.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, we have this limited release. Let's make this extremely powerful, almost completely necessary required card to have a good deck in Commander. By the way, it's only one print run.
Oh, so if you don't buy it, then you can't play.
Yep. I always tell people that color printers are really cheap these days. I have multiple fully proxied decks at home because
Really?
I refuse to give Wizards another one of my another dollar straight
So what do you print on? I guess cardstock paper?
paper, and then you put the paper in front of a card and then put that in the sleeve.
Oh, wow.
You can honestly
And that's sanctioned?
no, but we're playing Commander, which isn't sanctioned anyway. So I'm not giving Wizards
Buffs
any
all
of my
around.
money directly. And there's only
Right.
2 decks that I actually want to get cards for.
Okay.
One of which is already basically done, and at this point I'm going for style points.
Yeah, no, that's frustrating. That's kind of how I felt about...
But the thing is I don't
Go ahead.
get to play these tournaments anymore. I don't get to do something that I
Yes.
really, me and thousands, millions of other people really enjoy, because this company's, it doesn't benefit the bottom line.
This,
Even though it is a core, it is the game. It's the most complex game mankind has ever created, and it constructed is the only way that it actually is able to be put together properly by the rules. The actual rules of the game as it was intended.
This is kind of how I feel, or how I felt about video games when the market moved to an online player format, right? I felt like co-op games, co-op play took a huge hit, right, when that happened. And for me, you know, and this is just, of course, this is my perspective, right? Because I see the whole reason why online gaming is a huge thing, right? Like, it's obviously the smarter choice, which is not what I feel in this case. But co-op gaming has a special place in my memory and like my heart, because there's nothing better to me than sitting with your homies in the living room, 4 controllers, you know what I mean, going in on some Mario Kart or going in on Smash Bros. And you can get that with, online gaming, but everybody gotta be at their house or some shit.
Playing
like that.
Magic Arena by yourself is actually kind of depressing.
That's kind of how I feel about online gaming. But I mean, my son is, they grow up with that shit, so it's cool for them. And like now you can chat with your homies on Discord and stuff like that while you're gaming with each other. You can have the Zoom up on one monitor and then the game up on another. But
Like, I've played one of these arena tournaments. It doesn't feel even close. And you know what the worst part is? Wizards can't even do a fucking online automated tournament right.
damn, that sucks dick. Like, you would think with Twitch and everything like that. Like, what if y'all niggas just took to Twitch and started doing tabletop tournaments, like live stream? And everybody, like, get their own little square or whatever, right? And you just play online.
The situation finally did get resolved, right?
And,
I told you about it?
No, you didn't.
No, so it was a 2-day event.
Okay.
It was supposed to be standard format both days, right?
Right.
But on Sunday, for some reason, people were able to register historic decks, which is a different format with more powerful cards.
Right. Cards that are no longer in circulation, cards that are...
People didn't know that these historic decks were legal, so they were registering standard decks.
Right.
Some people noticed that historic decks were legal and were registering historic decks.
So it's kind of like if you notice that, like, the league stopped testing as much as they were before, so, a couple of people started shooting up again, and
it's like you're playing Street Fighter, like, just going through the arcade mode, and all of a sudden, like, round 3 is Akuma.
That sucks, dude.
Then you'll lose to Akuma, you'll hit continue, and you'll end up fighting Goro, even from his different game. He's still gonna whoop your ass.
So it's like they really.
So
I almost feel like they're purposefully trying to. It seems
It
like
gets
they're
worse.
purposefully trying to.
oh, it gets a lot worse.
Yeah.
Wizards finds this out.
Yeah.
Doesn't tweet about it. They tweet a reply from somebody else. So this news is actually getting out
Somebody
from the
associated?
community.
Wow. So it's not even somebody from the community associated with.
Nobody from the company is the one that are actually talking about this until the players are bringing it everybody's attention.
That's bananas.
So they're like, okay, we're aware of this. You can no longer register historic decks.
Right.
Standard players play on.
So.
Okay, but what about all these standard players that already lost
That-
to these historic decks?
No.
What about these historic players? Do they now get to play standard?
Right, no kind of resolution as far as that is concerned.
Nope, they're like, keep playing. So everybody's like,
Who?
what about my record?
Right.
Later, they're like, okay, none of this matters. We're gonna just reset everything.
What?
After a day and a half of these playing high stakes Magic.
They just call it hard reset.
Yes. And then they're like, everybody have like $15 in e-money. Sorry.
In e-money. Okay, so that's my point. They're clearly trying to push the market in a direction. What I'm trying to get from you is, what direction is that? Because if the online platform isn't suitable or stable, then what direction is it they're trying to get everybody to go in? Because what would the purpose be of tanking the tabletop tournaments if they didn't have a plan B? You know what I mean? If they didn't have a road work ahead, take this detour.
Hasbro
route.
operates 3 months at a time. Whatever the quarterly earnings report is.
Right, but what is the direction that they're taking for this quarterly earnings report?
Whichever ones produce the most product. And some of them are those stupid ass secret layers I told you about. Which you can buy a bundle of them, which is like 15 cards, for $260.
So
they'll come 8 months later and in a Pringles can. Because that's how badly they'll be warped.
what I'm hearing though is, it sounds to me like Wizards and Hasbro don't care about the actual competition or the game platform itself. What they want is to turn Magic the Gathering into a collector game. It is now a collector's game. It's not about the tournaments anymore. It's not about the gameplay. It's about the limited runs and the limited prints and the brand association.
When you put it like that.
So buy, collect, trade. It's a trading. It's a car. It's
Nobody trades anymore.
But that's what they want y'all to do now. They're turning it into a trading card game. It's not a tabletop competition game anymore.
Wizards isn't getting a fucking dollar from me anymore.
Mark my words. Like from what you're telling me, that's all I can. Because when I try and look at the business aspect of what this could potentially be for, right? In the way you're telling me, they're pushing these limited edition print runs.
Yeah, it feels like everything they make now is a limited edition.
That's because they want this to be a trading card game. Hasbro, mark my words, like Hasbro has now turned this tabletop competition game into a trading card game. And you guys will be collecting and trading limited prints.
It's
if
turning into such a gimmick that it hurts.
They don't care.
Like, it physically hurts to watch this happen to me. Like, it really does.
If the community wants for the competition to still be an aspect of the culture, then they are going to have to do it upon their own recognizance. There's no longer, Magic is no longer going to be officially sanctioned, is what it sounds like to me. They're done spending money on that.
Now, here's another nice, fun monkey wrench to throw into the machine. Since they're IP, they can stop other companies from holding Magic tournaments.
Right, which is why everything that you guys do from here on out is gonna have to be unofficial. And I just gave y'all the blueprint. Move to fucking Twitch, right? Unless they copyright strike y'all for showing magic cards on the thing.
Bingo!
Which is a whole nother messy situation in itself that I don't think, at the end of that, I don't think they will have a leg to stand on.
Right now, though, they're using Twitch as just, why pay these content creators? They're doing it anyway.
Which is what Patreon is for. I mean, unfortunately, this is the problem with capitalism, right? And you will have to, and we have to learn to adjust if we are going to take control of this monster before it takes control of the things that we love. Because you see it happening. I told you, they are, mark my words, they're turning it into a trading card game. Now, like I said, you guys can take the tabletop tournaments to Twitch, and I feel like, whereas they may try it, they can't copyright strike you, because then they would have to copyright strike everybody on YouTube who was doing unboxing videos and shit. Like
no, the difference is if you're holding in-person tournaments with the cash prize.
But if
messy.
But if it's a crowd-funded cash prize, if you guys are putting in your own money to buy into these tournaments, and at the end you win out of the pot, they can't stop y'all doing that.
Wizards will try.
I'm sure.
Because fuck Wizards.
No, the only way they'll try is if it seems like there's money to be made in what y'all are doing out there. But clearly they have already, whatever figures and numbers they've run, they've found that there's no money in these tournaments anymore. They're hemorrhaging money with these tournaments. So they're cutting it off.
They're not hemorrhaging money. That's the funny thing. The shift to the MPL didn't produce good revenue because it was shit.
Well, you know how this shit, you know how they get down. Yo, we watched it with Cartoon Network, son. They don't care if the project was poorly run and still profitable. They'll tank Megas XLR because it costs too much fucking money to produce.
Yeah, that was a great fucking show.
They'll tank all these other shows that are too heavy and cost too much money, yo. I mean, that's what happened to fucking Nickelodeon. That's what happened to MTV. That's what happened to Cartoon Network. It's what happened to fucking Comedy Central. It's the reason why nobody fucking watches cable anymore. Son, like, it's and it sucks because we all make fun of like Netflix, right? Because Netflix will throw money at any fucking project, right? But Netflix has found that what works for them is giving somebody a season or two to try something and seeing if it works, right?
You know what worked real well with that formula? Castlevania!
But this goes back to what I was saying about fucking Donald Glover earlier, right? Like, Netflix is the perfect example of why that is not true. Because if you take a risk, right? Like, Netflix got hit hard with that Little Cuties controversy, right? Mm-hmm. They took a hard hit with that shit, right? It ain't stopped them from opening up 2 new fucking studios in fucking Arizona and Nevada. Like, come on, they're about to expand even further. They said they're ready to take on Disney as the kings of animation.
Wow.
Like, Netflix isn't fucking around, and the experimenting thing hasn't hurt them. You know what I mean? Netflix does listen to the people most of the time. Like, I really think there's a good possibility that we could be getting and I don't have a whole lot of evidence to support this. This is just rumors and hearsay. But we could be getting Luke Cage back in some kind of way. Like, we could be getting the Defenders back in some kind of way.
You can keep Iron Fist.
But I say all that to say this. There is a reason Wizards of the Coast is doing this. And I guarantee you it's because they are moving to a trading card format. Because there is no money in being a tabletop game. To them. I'm not saying that there is no money in being a tabletop game, but when companies make moves like this that clearly spit in the face of like their core fan base and their core supporters, it's because they feel like the move is calculated. There was a reason why Cartoon Network just played Teen Titans all day long. Or Teen Titans Go all day long for like a whole entire fucking quarter. It's because they were trying to promote hype for that Teen Titans Go movie because they knew that shit was going to bring in bucks. They don't do this shit for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
The thing is, everybody on Twitter is like, oh no, the sky is just now falling. And I've been sitting here for 3 years. Dude, the sky's been falling a long time.
I don't know. This whole Palestine-Israel thing has people talking about, the end of times is near. And conflict is starting. And I just feel like old systems are just failing. And it is our job to build new systems. We can sit here and watch Rome burn, or we can try and put out the fire and rebuild afterwards. And it's not gonna be fucking easy, yo. That's why we did this junk food episode, right? Because every now and again, you need a little break. You need a little cheat day.
I need to get these out. Congratulations to the big ticket, my favorite basketball player, Kevin Garnett. The big fundamental, Tim Duncan, 5-time champion.
Hey.
And to Kobe Bean Bryant. Rest in peace. You are now all in the Hall of Fame, along with Michael Wilbon, the journalist, and Mike Breen, the announcer.
Shit. Look at that.
And Castlevania Season 4 is fucking dope. Anybody that was complaining about not enough action in 3, you're gonna get plenty of it. Like it's so much blood, it's like being in a Gwar show.
Shit. That J. Cole album, same way. Anybody who was complaining J. Cole ain't got bars, really need to check that shit out. Nicki Minaj, new single, we listened to that shit.
Not bad. Designers was actually pretty good too. I was shocked.
This nigga said, we're designer, Ben. I said, hold up. I got you. Check that shit out.
It's on Fat Joe and DJ Khaled's OnlyFans.
And they got a Wonder Years reboot coming out with a black family, and that's just to let y'all know that none of this
is normal.
Check back in.
Deuces!
Look, it's a flood!
It's a flood.
It's flooding!
Get away!
Quick, we need to get to higher ground.
Open the floodgates.
Wait, why can't we talk about black stuff?
Time to